Hey everyone, today is February 19th, 2023, and I'm looking at tomorrow, February 20th, as a high watch date for a possible mass shooting, and I think it may be school related. Just the date in itself is significant in regarding numerology because it's got that 322 skull and bones number, 1, 3, multiple 2s that I always look for. So I have some connections with iPet Goat that I want to show you, but just to talk about a couple that happened in the past. The two most significant mass school shootings, the Valentine's Day and the Uvalde school shooting, both had connections with iPet Goat too. Those were the two most significant since Sandy Hook in 2012. But anyways, the Valentine's Day school shooting, killing 17, injuring 17. And you can see on the blackboard here, and from the image in iPet Go, the hearts, which could represent Valentine's Day. But also, right next to the woman's hair, you see the double Q. Well, Q is the 17th letter. So we have two Qs matching the number injured and the number killed. But in her hair is the number 322. And over on the other side of the classroom, we have George Bush. And most of us know that he is a member of the 322 Skull and Bones Club. And this Valentine's Day school shooting happened 223 days after Bush's birthday. Not only that, if you look on the Hebrew calendar, it matched the same date as the Gun-Free School Zone Act. That's November 29th, and it was 11/29 on the Hebrew calendar. So when I looked at Hebrew gematria, we actually had a match with high school mass shooting. That equaled 45. And Valentine's Day is actually on the 45th day of the year. So the Hebrew gematria calculator only reads Hebrew characters. It just ignores English letters. But I just put this in here for reference. So then we forward to May 24th, 2022, which was the Uvalde Elementary mass school shooting. Well, that injured 18 and 22 killed. And if you look further to the right, R is the 18th letter and V is the 22nd letter. So once again, we have matching letters that translate to numbers for the injured and killed. And once again, the 322 in the woman's hair is important, because it was 223 on the Hebrew calendar and exactly 322 days after George Bush's birthday. And if you look at the gematria, mass shooting equals 51 in reduction. We had a date numerology of 51 that day, and with the date in short form. And school shooting equals 71. And the date numerology in long form equaled 71. So as I said before, iPet Goat 2 is multi-layered. This woman represents not only the black teacher that was in the classroom with George Bush on 9/11, but I believe it represents Kamala Harris. When we look at the Colorado Springs nightclub mass shooting that attacked the LGBTQ community, well, that was exactly 3,022 weeks from Kamala Harris being born, dates reversed. And reverse in parentheses means if I were to reverse these dates, 11/19 over here and 10/20 over here. So when we look at Kamala Harris's birth date again, October 20th, 1964 to tomorrow, February 20th, 2023, we have a time difference of 21,307 days. Now, when you're trying to decode numerology, you always have the option to drop the 0. Then you're left with the number 2137. Well, that is equal to the 322nd prime number. Again, the 322 in her hair, which I said represents Kamala Harris. Now look what we have on the Hebrew calendar. It's 11/29. And I just talked about that on the Valentine's Day high school mass school shooting. It was also 11/29 on the Hebrew calendar, matching the Gun-Free School Zone Act. But not only that, when we look to the date of that Gun-Free School Zone Act in 1990 to tomorrow's date, we have another big 322 connection, 32 years, 2 months, 22 days. And lastly, we have a big connection with gematria because tomorrow is the 51st day of the year. Mass shooting equals 51 in reduction, and the date in short form equals 45. And just like the Valentine's Day high school mass shooting, in Hebrew gematria, we have a matching 45. Now, I usually don't look at Hebrew gematria. I don't see many other people look at it either. Maybe it's something important that people are overlooking, especially since, again, on the Hebrew calendar, we're matching the date of that Gun-Free School Zone Act. So it would make sense, I guess, that it matches in Hebrew gematria. Now, there's one other decode from iPetGoTo, and it's in George Bush's eyebrows. So when you take this image shown of Bush and you reverse it horizontally, you can clearly see the number 72 in his eyebrows. One thing that I always thought when I looked at this, it looks like a wave or something like that. And I also thought this looks similar to the pi symbol. Well, iPetGoTo is multi-layered, and 72 days after Bush's birthday, there was actually an earthquake and tsunami off the coast of Chile. It was an 8.3 earthquake on September 16, 2015. Now tomorrow, well, that's 7 months and 2 days after Bush's birthday. The similarity to the pi symbol would also make sense because tomorrow's date has 314 days remaining, like the number pi, 3.14. So the Valentine's Day mass school shooting happened in Florida, where Bush was at during 9/11. And we also had a very interesting connection to 9/11. It was exactly 6,000 days. The Uvalde mass school shooting happened in Texas. Well, that's where Bush is from. So we had these two connections with Bush's birth date, 223 days and 322 days, and locations related to Bush being in 9/11 and where Bush is home state in Texas. So that leads me to wonder if we are going to see a school shooting tomorrow, where would it be? Well, my estimated guess would be someplace maybe on this map or someplace related to Kamala Harris because, as I said, tomorrow we have the 322 connection to Kamala Harris's birthday, which could be where Kamala Harris is from in California or where she resides now in Washington, D.C. We also have a big connection with 9/11 again tomorrow. 1,119 weeks and date included. And with the dates reversed, that's if I would have put the 220 over here and the 9/11 over here, we have the 322 code. So forward, we have the 9/11 code. Reversed, we have the 322 code. So I guess that's all I got for this video, and we'll find out if anything occurs tomorrow or not. And I will talk to you guys next time. Take care.